About 8 months ago, back in July of 2018, we made a video on how to build your own do-it-yourself multi-GP standard size FPV race gates for about 25 bucks. They turned out really well, and I still use them today. If you want to know how to build them, the link to the video will be in the upper right-hand corner of this screen, and the blueprint and parts list for them will be down in the video description below for you to download. They're sturdy, durable, transportable, and inexpensive, yet they do take a little bit of time to tear down and build back up again if you want to take them somewhere else to fly. Today we're going to look at another option, the quaddiction pop-up FPV race gate. These gates were designed from the ground up to be FPV race gates. I mean, Quaddiction and Justin Skinner basically thought of everything. They come with these guy wires and stakes, 2 each for each gate. That way they can stand up to a certain level of wind, and obviously you can pick these up and move them to counteract the direction of the winds that you may have at that particular time. They don't come with these D-rings, and this is not my idea, this is Justin's. This is an option so that in case you don't want to tie them permanently to the tab. Justin designed these tabs and had them sewn in so that you can attach the guy wires to the sides of the gates. If you put a D-ring on it, all you have to do is just snap it in place. I'll put the D-rings down in the video description below if you're interested in those. They're also good for holding quads in your backpack. They also have stakes at the bottom, pushing the ground. And each side has got one of these stakes so that when you flip it over and use the 4-foot side section, you can put the stake in the ground to hold the gate up as well. And there's a pocket on the other side of this that you just slide the stake into. Pretty much thought of everything. Although the Quaddiction pop-up FPV race gate is a little bit smaller than the regulation multi-GP size gate for 5-inch quads, that could actually be an advantage for practicing in preparation for a race, or if you just want to go out and have some fun. Now, they don't actually come assembled like this. They actually come in a box like this, without in-box assembly instructions. Now, rmrc does have a video of Justin putting them together on their site. And you will have to set them up and put them together for the first time in order to get them in a pop-up form like this. But no worries, because today we're going to demonstrate to you just how easy that is. And we've created a 5-step, easy to follow, full-colored instruction sheet with pictures for you to download through a link in the video description below. The biggest advantage I see in using these gates is just how easy and quick it is to set them up and take them back down, which means more flight time. They've actually got buttons here, or snaps. Snap them together. And then it comes with a bag you can stick it in as well. Set them up, unsnap the buttons. you're good to go. All right, let's get started on the assembly for the first setup. Okay, this is what comes in the box. Now remember, there's no instruction sheet, so if you want one, make sure and download it from the link in the video description below. You've got the material for the gates. 2 gates come in the box. A carry bag that you can put them in. Straps for each gate, as well as the guy wires. We'll put these aside for now. If you haven't already subscribed to your TMac FPV channel, now's a good time to do it. Just pause the video, I'm not going anywhere. While you're at it, we'd be interested to know which type of gate works best for your situation. Either the do-it-yourself DIY multi-GP standard size gate or the quaddiction pop-up FPV gate. Just put DIY or pop-up in the comments section below. Now, because the pop-up gates have 2 different size openings, one's 4x5 and the other one's 5x5, there's 2 different size poles. Short pole and a long pole. And because there's 2 different gates, there's one for each. Now the short poles come together and the long poles come together. So you want one of each. So we're going to put one aside for now. And we've got a short pole and a long pole that we're going to put together. I'll only demonstrate the short pole for now. Now in Justin Skinner's video, one of the options he recommends is when you put this thing together just like a tent pole, the fiberglass, the pole end goes into the metal portion here, and he was saying as an option you could put some duct tape around it. I never understood why people would want to tape duct. Here at TMac FPV, we're animal lovers, so we're going to use foil tape. But as an option, you can tape, put some tape around the joint where the pole actually goes into the metal part, and that way when you assemble it, even if there's tension, it won't slip out. So we'll go ahead and do that now for all 6 joints. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. There you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 joints. Short pole. We'll do the same thing with the long pole. Okay, now that we have our foil tape, not duct tape, on each of the 6 joints for both poles, we want to lay the fabric out flat on the ground with the black lining on the inside and the yellow fabric on the outside, with both the rmrc and the quaddiction logos facing up. And then we're going to feed each of the poles, the short one and the long one, inside the fabric on the outside of the fabric. So we're going to take the short pole and start it off inside the fabric on this end, on the outside of the fabric. When you get to these black tabs where the guy wires attach, it appears there's actually a little pocket at each one of these black tabs. You want to make sure the pole stays on the outside yellow part of the fabric all the way so that it feeds in to the little pockets at each of the tabs. Do the same thing with the long pole. You want to make sure and get the connectors out of the pocket as well. And then the next step is to take these elbows and install the elbows. The way you want to do it is the piece with the black strap on it, that goes on the rmrc side of the fabric, and that's the end that you attach to the pole that's going through the RMRC side. Make sure the stake is on the outside, like this. So you just take the connector and screw it in, and do the same thing with the long pole. Take the connector of the long pole, bend it, insert the pole into the elbow, and screw that piece in, like this. Stake on the outside. Now what we do is we make sure that the strap is flat and the stake is on the outside of this one. And we're going to stand on the RMRC side pole, and we're going to walk this back this way, pulling the gate up as we walk. Now this is going to put some tension on the poles, so be careful that you don't hurt yourself or somebody else. Make sure that nobody's standing around here so it doesn't snap back and hit somebody. And then we're going to attach the piece with the strap on the RMRC side, and this other piece gets attached to the quaddiction side. Like this. We're going to insert it here. And then we take the quaddiction pole and insert that into the other elbow piece and screw that end in. It doesn't get any easier than that. Nice job, quaddiction. Way to go, RMRC. If you like this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up below. Share it with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to your TMac FPV channel. And until next time, happy flying.